I am a 12-year-old boy. I have a lot of aspirations and dreams in my mind. I want to be aware of my surroundings and explore what this world has to offer, to see what interesting stories it has to tell. But little did I know that these stories would be filled with malice and hatred that would take away my innocence forever. I wake up in the middle of nowhere in my school uniform with excruciating pain. Darkness surrounds me as I slowly stand while panicking at the dreadful sight of the abyss, but eventually I see a glimpse of light and run towards it in the hope that I will see dawn, but what I see is the frightful dusk of Gaza with clouds of fire everywhere, bodies of innocent children everywhere, young men martyred everywhere, women slaughtered everywhere, injustice, apartheid and genocide everywhere. I start running to search for help and again see a glimpse of light, but this time I reach Balochistan where the Baloch people are being beaten for protesting for their rights, for protesting for their families, for protesting against enforced disappearances, protesting against the killing of their people. Suddenly I see a door. I run towards it in the hope that I will find help there, but when I open it, I hear the horrifying screams of Sara Inam while she was being murdered by her very own husband. I hear the screams of Noor Muqaddam while she was being beheaded by the filthy animal Zahir Jafar. I hear the screams of Zainab Ansari while she was being raped by the vicious monster Imran Ali. I hear the screams of 100 children that the serial killer Javed Iqbal murdered. The devastation and terror that I heard and saw urged me to run away from all of this. But it led me to a graveyard created by climate change with scorching heat that burns the forest, with rising sea that drowns the cities, with floods that destroy our very own land, with storms that kill those with a voice and those without it. Hopeless, I sit in my misery, but then I see people walking towards me. I run towards them to tell them all the horrors I saw and ask them for help, but they cannot listen to me. I am standing before them, but they cannot see me and they all walk through me. As I looked at myself, I realized I'm just a wandering soul. Suddenly, I hear some noises, and when I look at my right, I see my school van. I am being molested. I am crying for help, but no one can hear. As I look down, I see my own grave in devastation, but when I raise my head, I see all the graves of all the people whom we couldn't listen to because we were too unaware. A genocide is happening in Gaza. War crimes are happening in Gaza. Men, women, children are being mercilessly killed in Gaza, but the world leaders are unaware. A decade-long oppression is happening in Balochistan. Human rights violation is happening in Balochistan, but our state is unaware. Domestic violence cases are rising in our country. Predators are walking freely in our country. Children are being molested in our country, but our judicial system is unaware. Climate change calamities are happening on our planet. Animals are facing extinction on our planet, but we all are unaware. As I stand beside my grave, I look up at the sky and what I see sends shivers down my spine and disturbs me to the core. A looming catastrophe is slowly moving towards us. I ask myself, what have we done so wrong? But then I realize we have done everything to deserve it. We normalized homosexuality just like the people of Lut alayhi salam. We became adamant and arrogant just like the people of Hud alayhi salam. We became disobedient just like the people of Saleh alayhi salam. We practice corruption like the people of Shuaib alayhi salam, but in this day and age we became unaware of every atrocity around us, unaware of every injustice around us, unaware of every calamity around us, unaware of every brutality around us. We chose to ignore everything around us and carried on with our lives thinking if it didn't affect us, then why should we even care? But little did we know that all this time we were so unaware that we didn't even realize that we all were stumbling towards a looming catastrophe. Oh, I am sobbing, thinking this is the end, but then a hand comes on my shoulder. As I look up in surprise, I see Mr. Jinnah and Fatma Jinnah. As I look in my front, Idi Saab is walking towards me. Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Allama Iqbal, Gandhi, Rosa Parks, and more from every corner of the world. All these legends are standing beside me, consoling me. All these legends who changed the world, who found hope even in hopelessness, who found courage even in certain defeat, who persevered even when the odds were against them, who remained aware even when everyone was unaware. Their presence made me realize that if we break free from the vicious cycle and step forward into a virtuous beginning, then there is hope for a better future, for a better world, and for a better end. Thank you.